All
I
right,
shall honor you
let's
with
do
my
this.
presence.
Back to Epic 7.
I'll protect you.
Yes, do a few of these real quick. I actually have been
was not
playing this
rude.
off stream. Not any story or plot stuff, obviously, because that's the big draw of what I talk about here. But I've done plenty insofar as, doing stuff to keep up with the events. Another event ended just yesterday. I spent everything to get just these 4. And I'd gotten basically everything else. I didn't want to overdo it. This started today, they gave me a few more of these. I've already kept this out, good for me. Let's try out this new character.
A bunch of mutts.
Attack the enemy, increase combat readiness by 15%. Purge is on cooldown, activates disciplinary action as an extra attack. Increase proportional max health, disciplinary action, attacks the enemy, 10% injury. Always results in a crit, proportional to caster's max health. And this is Purge. Merciless Iron Fists, granting a barrier to all allies 2 turns before increasing defense penetration of this skill by 35%. Penetration increase can stack up to 2 times. Interesting. Successful attack always results in a crit. Damage dealt and barrier strength increase proportional to max health. This is interesting. And her passive, soul burn consumption of the enemy by 100%. Ooh. Start of the first battle, increase effect resist proportional to max health. The rate of the effect resistance increase effect does not change after it's activated. Caster is not inflicted with a debuff. Increase effect resist by 40%. Wow. She seems good.
One who perpetuates disorder shall face my iron fist!
It's always a crit.
How repugnant.
And if it's on cooldown, her first
What
skill
was that?
has a follow-up
Be
that's
exposed to
also
immediately.
always a crit. She had a soul burn on that, I should have done.
Enforcing discipline. Somebody's in need of a thrashing. How repugnant. Have you finished your assignments? It seems words aren't enough for you. Time better spent elsewhere.
Guess I should attack the one that's not being defense buffed.
Will not
Although
be
this does
tolerated.
penetrate defense, so maybe that wouldn't matter.
Do! What was that? A bunch of mutts. Do you sleep well at night?
She
With
seems
those
annoying in PvP, where she can just force the enemy to not be able to soul burn properly.
Those who fall below the standards.
She's got massive effect resist that scales with her health, as does all of her damage.
Hard
She has a
work always
barrier
pays off.
on her third
This
skill.
victory was inevitable. Nothing worth noting.
Definitely very interesting. Yeah, that just opened up a tab. He's also endowed, for lack of a better word. Oh, yeah, I realized I should probably get these. Just free 10 bundles of artifacts and hero summons. I had them a while ago, but I wanted to open them on stream, so they've just been sitting in my inventory until I streamed this again, which, because of Honkai, didn't happen for a while. And then my internet, it didn't happen for an extra little while. Let's do the artifacts first, why not? These will all be 4 and 5 stars. Hell Cutter. Have that. Water's Origin. Think I have this? Yeah, it's okay. Not expecting new stuff. Hillag Lance. It's not terrible. Hey, Corning Nat. I will grant you strength on the battlefield. Oh, cool. Celestine. Isn't this what I... No, I already had this. I didn't choose to pick this up. I got a free extra copy of it. Cool. Make my Roana better. I guess free isn't quite the right word. Of course, another Infinity Basket. It was very likely that would happen. Oh, another Aureus. Actually, that's really good. Fucking... I expected one, two out of this shit. Rose Hargana. It's situational, but not, like, actively bad. There's probably other stuff you'd want to put on an archer, though. Eternus. Actually see some use on this on Momo. Because she's there for debuff cleanse, and this lets her get it out faster. Big day for E7 today. New endgame content plus new ML5. Yeah, I saw the new, endgame content. I haven't played it myself just yet, but I saw it there. Hi, hello, Ice Ball. Just opening this 10-pack of 4 to 5-star artifacts. Strat Gauntlet. Not great. This is a vampire game? There's vampires involved in the plot where I'm currently at. I would not, and there are vampire characters, but I would not say this is primarily a vampire game now. Now for the characters. Also announced EWC finally. Nobody's surprised, Genesis Ras is the poster child. Yeah, that's not surprising. Maya. Yeah, hi Maya. Victorica. I didn't expect she would be in there. I guess there's no reason she can't be, just... I didn't see it coming. Never see it coming. Alas, surprise. Another Corvus. It's okay. If I ever get Dark Corvus, he will be well-fed right away. I guess I have you? Hardworking mage blessed by the Spirit Lord Nixid. Not met you. Don't know you. Yep. Amazing person. Oh, Pavel. I do already have you, though. Wouldn't say no to an extra Angelica, sure. Ah, another Rin. Here we have... Dingo. I have a weird amount of Dingo. Are they vampires? Figure of speech way... Feel like one also? I'm no vampire, but I do got the fangs. Those are just... Those are from something else, though. Don't worry about that. Holy. Hey, you're okay. Zerato. Yeah, I didn't get anyone new, but it's not too surprising. Played long enough that I have most of the people in the normal rotation. Oh yeah, Angelica's at full imprint now. So any extra Angelicas going straight in the garbage disposal. And sell this Bernard I don't remember getting. Holy's getting up there. Can't blame you for liking vampires. Any interest in Vampire the Masquerade? That's a game I'm a real big fan of. These Corvus are just gonna take up space until a Dark Corvus shows up. Get on in there, Dingo. Yeah, I do have you. And now you're C rank. Defense, huh? Oh yeah, I got that Karen just randomly, I think. More defense for Maya. Yeah, I do got a Pavel. Now, 3.6% attack bonus. Because why not? What platform console is a Vampire Masquerade game? Well, I guess if you're not familiar, Vampire the Masquerade is, at its base, it's a tabletop role-playing game. Kind of like Dungeons & Dragons, though the system's very different. But the video game that I think anyone interested in vampires should definitely give it a look. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is still on Steam, although you might need to get, might need to install, like, bug fix mods, like the unofficial patch, to get it working on more modern stuff. It's a bit old by this point. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. Lock you up. Yeah, you play that game and you're interested in it at all, but it has some unique ideas on vampires, and there's a much larger world to it. But if that game can't get you interested, it's just not for you. And supposedly the sequel is finally coming out in October, assuming it doesn't get delayed again. And if it doesn't, maybe that'll play that for my Halloween game. Because I absolutely love that game. I love Vampire. I love the World of Darkness. Yes, Chapter 7. I was very surprised to learn I'm only halfway through Episode 5. But Chapter 7, Cause and Effect. That slightly changes our setup. Oh yeah, I think I want her to have more health, so this setup should be better. Oh, wait. I actually almost forgot. Write it down and take a look at it. It's, let me check real quick. Yeah, it's like $10. The, version. So, I recommend it. Where was the... Yeah, need to do artifact enhances. Oh yeah, this is the last one I needed to enhance Aureus all the way. Nice, nice. Now eats up 20% of everyone's damage. I feel like I don't need multiple Celestines, do I? Then again, it is a 5-star. Maybe it is worth hanging on to multiples of that. that one I'll hang on to for now. The Celestine seems specific enough that it wouldn't accomplish a lot. Oh, I didn't finish Frantic Nightmare powering up. Frantic Flight, I mean. Nightmare. El Cutter. My Hillock Lance is already capped. Infinity Basket isn't even good enough to friggin' hang on to the extra copies of it. Gauntlet can do. Though it seems not amazing. Ones with conditions like that, like, only gives it to you at certain thing, don't seem great. Wish I had more Wondrous Potion vials. 85% just ain't enough. Okay, for real this time. Chapter 7, Their Desires. Since a very long time ago, that is, if we look at the oldest history that has been recorded in Sangarat, Erasia has been the most inhospitable land for humans. Of course, even now, it's a difficult place for humans to survive, in comparison to other continents, that is. Here, we've been locked in fierce competition with the Shadow Elves over what little fertile land there is. I don't know who's talking here, I'm just doing my voice for now. In other words, war. Long and painful, like a never-ending winter. In order to win the war, our ancestors poured everything into finding a way to overcome the limitations of humans. Is what it says in the history books, but what I believe is a bit different. In truth, they wanted the power of the Shadow Elves for themselves. They coveted their ability to control powerful magic in their long lives, lasting nearly 1,000 years. 3 humans were able to fulfill their desires. They were the heads of the 3 most powerful families. After a long and arduous journey, Damien Linot, Jane Rowland, and William Drake were able to reach the Tree of Genesis. As for how they managed to do it, what they saw, or what happened while they were there, at best we can only guess. There are no records at all. They probably left it that way by design. As a result, there's no way to know if any of this is true. Hello, Bernard. There's even a chance this could all be a fabrication, and to keep other families from rising up to challenge them. But the truth of the matter most likely concerns no one but scholars such as myself. Isn't that right? In any case, on that day, they were granted the power they so desired, along with a curse to match. So they became the very first vampire lords. Act 1, Cause and Effect 1. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's no problem at all. In fact, you held out much longer than I expected. That was a compliment. I'm aware. Well, we will get to the part about when will we get to the part about the power of the new moon? I'd appreciate if you could tell me about that first. Aha! Everything else you told me was helpful as well. The more information you have on a target, the better. And you know about the power of the new moon? I had a chance to see it back in Britannia. The new moon seal, was it? Haste had a hard time because of it. Haste, are you okay? Yeah, I just felt dizzy for a moment. Because of that, isn't it? Swifty, you're also a vampire. You must also be affected by it. That specific phase of the moon has to be the reason. Maybe we should reproduce that shape and use it against Melissa. Manuel said for symbols like that to have an effect, you need something else. The energy of the Black Moon purified by the spell of the New Moon, or mana just as potent as that energy. Of course, nothing in this world is easy. You look pale. Haste, you should stay back. Oh, so you've seen it in action. That makes me jealous. Even I've never had a chance to see it firsthand. It wasn't the most pleasant experience. In any case, would I be right in saying that it has the power to kill a vampire lord? And that's right, the one you met, though perhaps it's more accurate to say he's a reconstruction of what once was. Melissa was able to easily eliminate Duke Conwell Leno when she found him because he had been critically wounded by the power of the new moon. You could even say it's the only way to do it. Good, good. It's proven to be very helpful. We're gonna find an item imbued with the power of the new moon. Veronica has in her possession the last remaining bullet of the new moon. That I know already. What about something else? You're right, it's just like you said. I heard a scream. Even from this far away? Yep. Sounded like it was trying to say something, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And also... sounded very sad. Like I thought, that beast was trying to help us that day. Believe me, right? The voice I said I heard that day? Of course. I knew you did. Ground is too frozen solid to dig a proper hole. Let's dig a grave for it in the snow. Yeah, I'll go look for something to use as a gravestone. So yeah, looks like he came to the same conclusion I did. Those monsters seem to be seeking him out, but not necessarily to attack him. This is the weird part. But why? So much time has already passed. Let's go back before Eligos gets worried. Never looks that worried to me. He pretends not to be, but he actually worries a lot. Let's get going then. Did not mean to have auto turned on, but that's what I would have done there anyway.
No destiny can stop me.
Found you. This one.
Need help?
Was going to eat his food today. I love you. Stay with me. Hurt him.
Downer.
Should we get started?
Tried, yep,
Can't
peeled the
close
buff
your
off.
eyes. Yes. Let me know about my family.
Dang it, just barely lived through that.
Prove
A lot of
your
damage
worth.
lost in the process.
Attack.
Okay. I'll show you true love. Yes, sending all your love. Feel it. Papa loves me. I think I'm going to faint.
I'll protect you.
I smell living creatures. Don't let them escape.
Want to know about my pain?
Do-do-do.
I'm scared.
If I must fight,
This was true love. Papa's going to eat his fill today. Give it to me. Paralyze me with your love. You can't close your eyes. Listen.
Yeah, the idols out here.
To my song. Ladies and gentlemen, let's shine.
let's do this.
Ah,
Take this!
it feels right, you know? Feels right doing my combos again. Man. Was it? When did I last play this? It was weeks ago. It feels like forever. Gray things fish with claws? Possibly. I wasn't paying as much attention to them as I probably should have been. They're not a real threat. Haste? You alright? Do you hear that beast's voice again? No, it's not that. We put up that gravestone just now. Reminded me of my father. You mean Conwell? Yep. It's just, you know, just kind of realized I'll never get to see him again. Weird, right? Just now. I was wondering who would have put up the gravestone on his grave. This sounds random, but it's actually a very real thought I think I've had myself at some points. About this very... I think I've had very similar thoughts from time to time. Something seemingly completely unrelated sets you off on very deep introspection about people you're missing in your life. It's weird. Haste. I can't remember what I said to my reconstructed father that day. There's no one I can ask. It's okay, Haste. It's okay. Yeah. Conwell isn't with us anymore. I'm sure he's still watching over you. But he's watching over you with a warm smile, as proud as can be. That, or he might be one of those monsters. Think so? Of course. So, it'll be alright. Everything will be alright. Okay. You say so, Pillis. I believe you. Interesting. It's called Cause and Effect 1, and then Cause and Effect 2 is way down here. Weird. They're almost always back-to-back when they share a name like that. 1 second. Alright, that's better. Now we're back to Kain and Elvira. So? What do you mean, so? So what happened? Let me hang and finish your story. I finished it, though. You just left, the end. Elvira came to talk, and then just left. Yeah, she just left. Yeah, you can just leave. Hey, you think I'm lying? How did I lie to you about something that weird? No, I believe you. I don't see why a simple guy like you would make up a story like this. Wait, what? Calm down and hear me out. Just like you said, I don't think she had any intent to kill you. Right? Didn't you say you weren't interested? What gives? Why the sudden interest? Huh? That's because Elvira showed up in the middle, of course. The underling of the mark we're supposed to assassinate. Not particularly interested in your story as a whole. Playing comedy music right now. Why didn't you report any of this to Mr. Eligos? I'm going to today. And why are you telling me first? Huh? Now that you mention it, I wonder why. I bet you needed my advice. I'll help you out just this once. Act 2. Individual Plans 1. Congratulations, Lord Kain. I also heard the final scream of the Beast of Dread. Not really worthy of congratulations. Seems you've done a decent job this time. Thanks to you distracting the Slayers, I was able to enjoy my hunt in peace. Good work. Thank you. Also, is Haste still not awakened as a vampire lord? No. Why do you ask? Oh, I was just curious about the situation. And I have no particular interest in Haste. Is that so? Yes, my lord. Very well.
I'm scared. Yes!
Kill the robot,
If
why
I
not?
must fight, purifying flame. Burn away the evil.
I desire your flesh. This one.
Here I go.
What do you know about my family? Papa loves me. 10. I think I'm going to faint.
Do-do-do.
Away.
I'll protect you.
Yes, sending all your light. Hold me.
Consume with a giant snake.
Found you. Attack.
Okay. I'm scared. Yep. I'll show you true love. I'll wrap you up tight.
Should we get started?
Yes, barely.
Give Fene all your love.
Go for the blue, because the others are gonna do less damage to it.
Stay with me.
You can't close your eyes.
Yeah, like that.
If I must fight,
I smell
This
living
one.
creatures.
You know about my family. I believe in you, Papa.
Yeah, a lot of good that's gonna do ya.
all right.
I ain't running a
let's do
debuff
this.
build.
Time to stay in cell today. Want to know about my family?
Slayer Elite Robot.
Paralyze me.
They do have those, right?
I'm scared.
Listen. To my song. I will shine. Shine free.
I'll protect you. This won't be an easy fight.
Okay.
Prove don't let them escape.
Hey, not getting out. Lord Kane, may I ask you a question? What is it? Is it about that kid again? I understand you used him as bait to draw out the Beast of Dread. I'm curious what plan you have in mind to keep him alive even after he's served his purpose. I thought I'd be able to serve you better if I had a level of insight into your plans. Absorbing his strength won't be of much help to us. Oh. Even if he has the blood of Leno, as long as he hasn't awakened... That's also true, but... There's also the fact that he had his power stolen by Conwell at one point. That doesn't mean he's entirely useless. He may very well awaken when he comes face to face with a danger he cannot overcome. I see. So you weren't joking. You really mean to awaken Haste? He'd be much more useful that way. Why is that? He would become a threat to us. You think the little cub would be a threat to me, Elvira? No, not at all. Even if he were to become a vampire lord? No, my lord. I won't be taking any more questions. There's no need for you to know anymore. In fact, it would be better if you didn't. Do you understand? I do. Kane is an interesting character. Because I don't understand what he's going for still. What does he want specifically? Facet or fighting Sid? Da-da-da. Can't trigger a crit. Evading activates Sequential Cutter. Once per turn. He has an evasion. That's annoying. Apparently she has more attack than him. Enemy's combat power is much high. That means basically nothing. Nah. Wonder if Melissa's having a bad dream. It looks like she's in pain. She seems to be getting better, though. She wasn't even conscious until a few days ago. Let's be patient a little longer. I hope she wakes up soon. There's no hope for that vampire as far as I can tell. Her wound's too deep and there's no sign of it healing. How much longer do you plan on bringing her along? Well, we haven't been slowing down your march, have we? You haven't. For now. Nor will we going forward. We've shown you a lot of patience by tolerating the presence of a vampire in your party. The same goes for Haste. It's in none of your best interests for you to cause any more trouble, Leader Eligos. I take full responsibility for my family and my guests. There's no need for you to worry. Yeah, alright. I'll trust that you're making rational choices. I mean it. Veronica has no intention of turning back, then. Yes, Lord Kane. They have joined forces with the Slayer's army stationed at the Guardian's fortress and are continuing to march westward. That means Bernard either failed to properly convey the situation in Western Sangarat, You think about it. Fish with claws enemies randomly remind you of a rare sickness you saw in Mexico called Ojo de Pescado, which means eyes of the fish. I probably said that wrong. Ojo de Pescado? My Spanish ain't great. Eye of the fish. Not heard of that, but I've also spent no time in or around Mexico, so how would I? Or they had an entirely different purpose for their expedition from the start. A thing pops up out of the diseased person, looks like a fish eye. Gross. To take them out, you saw the other person has to pop the eye with a needle. Ew. Ew. Blech. Could it be? They be heading toward the same place as us? Elvira, I'm giving you a new mission. Find out what the mercenaries from Britannia are scheming. You mean Dagger Sakar? Yes, I saw them in person. The level of their expertise is far greater than what Veronica is capable of paying them for. I want to know what exactly it is that they are fighting for. Especially that Eligos. I need to know what he's up to. So Kane's actually wary of Eligos. Eligos must have made some kind of impression in their very brief meeting. Not surprising, Eligos is scary as shit. Individual plans, too. They be heading toward the same place as us. Are they also looking for what we are? Unlikely. I'm sorry? No, it's nothing. Just focus on your mission, Elvira. Needless curiosity will only get in our way. Is that clear? What he meant was that he and Veronica have different objectives. I'm sure of it. Whenever he reveals his inner thoughts, even if only for a moment, quickly follows up with a straight face. It's the same straight face that he put on just now. So what are they planning then? Aren't they trying to gain power from the Tree of Genesis? Nothing's ever easy, is it? Let's be patient. If I wait, there'll be a chance. We managed to hold out this far. Looks like I've lost my touch. I'm being spied on by the one I'm supposed to spy on myself. Getting caught in an ambush is wholly unbecoming of vampires and shadow elves. Don't you think so too? I haven't found out. Cully saw me, she'd be making fun of me. Were you waiting for me here, Sid? I guess you could say that. Care to tell me why? You just kept catching my attention. Not such a big fan of being followed, you see.
Are you ready to die?
You can't close your eyes.
Aimed for our... Wait. The acceleration was put on... my healer?
Yes.
I'll cut them off.
Oh, he's making... he gets to make copies of himself. That's nice.
Son of light. Burn! This is only the start.
Found you.
Alright, that's not good.
Attack.
I'll show you true love.
I guess I shouldn't bother attacking that one.
Someone loves me.
Here I go.
Yeah, that's fair that he can trigger that off of a counterattack. That thing that I'm not allowed to do.
I believe I will win. Let's not let this drag on. Now. Alright, let's do this.
Of course, that hasn't worn off yet, even though he had another turn.
All your love. Hold me till I can breathe. No, you can't close your eyes. Yep.
I desire your flesh. This one.
Are you ready to die?
No, no, he applies it with that. That's
Go
really
away.
fucking unfair.
Papa's going to eat his birthday.
And then again, so's every fight in this game. What am I expecting?
I'll cut them off.
You can't close your eyes. Listen. To my song. This is my stage. And gentlemen, let's shine.
I smell living creatures. Don't let them escape.
Okay.
Here I go. Should we get started?
This on mobile? This game is, yeah.
I'll show you true love.
Though, I'm playing it on PC because, it's the only way to stream it properly. Streaming from a phone doesn't work.
And listen to me sing here.
I believe I will win.
He is ridiculously fast.
This is only the start.
Yeah, no, trigger that off of friggin' thing.
Hold me till I can no more. I'll do my best.
And everybody move up.
Alright, let's do this. I hope you're
This
ready.
should finish him. There we go. Bye-bye, Sid. Ah! Damn it, today's just not going my way. Now, tell me, cutie. Tell you what. Why'd you wait around for me to find you without attacking me? And also, why didn't you fight me with the intent to kill me? So you noticed that too. Oh? You think I'm an idiot, Sid? That's not true now, is it? No, there's no way that's true. Then out with it. Would you rather I place you under proper hypnosis? Well, to tell you the truth, and wait here because there's something I wanted to tell you. Oh? It's a bit of a serious topic. Now, what is he telling her? What advice did he receive about this? It was the first time I'd ever been outside the fortress. Holding hands, my parents and I stepped through the freshly piled snow to see the theater troupe that had come to visit the estate. Our maids, who had seen the play first, had been singing its praises. It was the first and last time I got to see a play. You stream on phone, settings and Twitch stuff only work like 75%, so yeah, PC only way to properly stream. I've not really tried it, but it seems like all the programs that want to do it from a phone aren't gonna work, and no matter how you do it on a phone, the bitrate's just gonna suck. It's not like you can have an Ethernet cord for that, can you? You have terrible bitrate if it works at all. That off. It was a sad tale of a lover who was cursed to turn into ice, then melted into a river, disappearing forever. Seeing the sad story, felt a fear greater than what I could put into words. Irrevocable change. As I suddenly began sobbing in fear, my father held me and spoke to me. Veronica, that's all make-believe. It's all just lies. There's no need to be afraid. And that's what I believed, until I learned of our family's secret. Every now and again, the voice of that beast rings in my ears. Oh. I knew Veronica knew something about this, but I'll admit this wasn't my expectation. He's a vampire lord. Probably one who's never drank blood before, though that still makes her a hypocrite. Today again, I heard its unintelligible whisper in my sleep. It reminded me of the play I saw that day. Why did it make me feel that way? I couldn't even hear this voice back then. Maybe, even at such a young and carefree age, I could feel the weight of an ominous fate. The fear that I might turn into the very thing I hated most. No, I don't know if that's how it worked, to be fair. And the pain of having to carry this endless anxiety alone. But it does still make her a hypocrite because she knows vampirism isn't a choice. in this universe. The founders chose it, but all their descendants don't. Mr. Eligos, too quiet. Yes, I think so too. If they meant to welcome us or attack us, they should have long since shown themselves by now. Captain Veronica? Voice and info entry from live to the audience was lagging for like 2 to 4 seconds. It was bad. That's not a bad lag. I have an intentional 3-second delay on my thing. Back when I had absolute garbage internet, the max my delay got was somewhere around 20 minutes, and that was very disheartening to learn. Explained why no one ever watched back then. Did you need mercenaries? A long way west of here, there's another fortress much like this one. It's not as fortified as ours, but it is occupied by slayers. A few days before you arrived, they sent us a request for aid. They've been surrounded by the remnants of Kane's followers. This really that fortress she told us about? No matter how I look at it. Doesn't exactly look to be under siege by Kane's followers. We've indeed arrived at the Fortress of Zephyrs, and they sent a request for aid to our garrison. I relayed it via messenger to Captain Veronica, though it has been a while. I think we might have come too late. Are you sure? Now search the inside of the fortress. There may be survivors. Fact and fiction.
I think I'm going to faint.
If I must fight, purify
These things have
flame.
revives on them.
Burn away the evil.
Annoying, but whatever.
I desire your flesh.
Was going to eat his fill today. I love you. Stay with me. I'm scared.
Here I go. I'll protect you.
That's right, I should have him attacking those, in case he can peel their buff off. Actually, no, I think their buff just comes back by itself even if you take it off for some reason.
I believe in you, Papa.
Prove your worth. This one.
You can't close your eyes. Yes. Yes, Annie, eyes will see. Hold me till I can breathe no more.
All right, let's do this.
Yelled him. There's no one here that looks like a villager, nor are there any surviving slayers. Now, I ask you why you brought us to an abandoned fortress. Thought you'd be angry, but you're much calmer than I thought. Oh, I'm absolutely livid, just really good at hiding it. You perhaps see this coming, Leader Eligos? Huh. That's rich. Wasn't exactly planning on deceiving you. I'm just unlucky enough to get involved. The plan had already been set before we met.
I'll show you true love. Feel it. Papa loves me. I'm scared.
Should we get started?
Found you. Don't let them escape.
Was going to eat his food today. Oh,
Da-da-da.
I think I'm going to faint.
If I must fight.
Want to know about I'm coming.
It was my idea. Huh? Like I told you just now, the request came to us first. Not surprising, considering we were the closest point of contact. The number of guards at the Fortress of Zephyrs kept dwindling, but given its location, the threat of danger only kept growing. If the vampires were to ever surround the fortress, the situation would become dire. So I suggest they retreat to our fortress for the time being. Of course, the chances that the remnants of the vampires can muster such numbers are fairly small. I have a principle of not taking unnecessary risks. Ms. Bernard's lies. Lies? I suppose you could say that? And finding a way to minimize the Slayer's losses and provide cover for Captain Veronica's expedition, you could say it was all part of a brilliant strategy. Oh, and please spare me your gasps and adulation. Anyone could have come up with the idea after a bit of concentration. Eh? Why am I suddenly sensing bloodlust? Holy, wait. Boss said he still has more to find out from this guy. Alright. You were just about to come for me, were you? No, if I were, you'd already... By the way, something's a bit strange. You also told the Slayers you were going to assist the Fortress of Zephyrs. You were just trying to deceive the vampires and Shadow Elves. Oh, that's because... you're trying to deceive everyone, of course. Then not even our allies can get in the way of our expedition.
Give me all your love.
Well, I don't have to care about that, Resurrector.
Give it to me. Paralyze me with your love. I'm scared. Listen.
Welcome to my world. Renew your definition.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's shine.
Should we get started? Take this!
Okay.
I smell living
Attack.
creatures.
Technically did that wrong. Yeah, could have killed. Kill anyway? Yeah, kill anyway. Never punished. Anything else you'd like to ask? Thought you'd have a lot more questions. Doesn't exactly feel like you're going to give us straight answers. And well, I've had my fair share of conversations like this back in the day. I see. I'd say it's because there's no need for me to butt in, probably. But that aside, what about your subordinates? You tricked even the Slayers. Could hear some rumbling amongst the soldiers. Bernard should be able to handle the soldiers' discontent, and have to take care to get everyone on board with the new mission. We're headed for a new objective. Does that mean we're going even further west from here? We headed for that abandoned temple. What was it called again? Looks like Bernard said too much. I'd better give him a warning. Let me ask you one last question, Veronica. Won't you tell us what you're really plotting? Depending on the circumstances, we might be willing to help you, no strings attached. This is the future of us humans who carry on the difficult battle to survive in Eurasia. It has nothing to do with you, Eligos. Go back to Britannia. Alright, you racist. Okay, you know what? I will be just one real quick minute. I gotta get something out of the freezer. We're gonna run a 1-minute ad, just so there's something to be done while I'm gone. So you're not bored out of your skull. You'll see something, literally anything. And I've not done this before. So, be right back. And we're back. Whew. Sorry about that. Just remembered something I'd forgot to do right before stream, and I got it. Oh, Leia. Looks like you and I are in a bit of a disagreement, huh, Captain? Just a little worried, that's all. Yeah, it's probably a stretch to say the Shadow Elves and vampires will show us any goodwill. At the same time, I doubt they harbor nothing but hatred for us. And sure, maybe this is a bit unrealistic. I'd like to find a middle ground where everyone can... That's way too optimistic. At least let me finish my goddamn sentence, Veronica. Might not be completely impossible, but even so. Yeah, I know, but I don't think any one side should ever have a monopoly on the tree's knowledge and power. We're only in this mess to begin with because our ancestors couldn't control their greed. Too much ambition corrupts people. In order to keep ourselves from falling down the same path, not get the ad. Sometimes you get lucky with that and don't eat them up. You might just have an ad blocker. Hey, Twitch be running ads way more than those other apps' websites. Give you up to 10 ads. If it doesn't randomly repeat, maybe up to 12 ads they give you. Nah. It says the ad ran. Maybe I haven't set that up properly. Oh well. Need to find a way to control that immense power. We don't, the Tree of Genesis will... Yeah, I know. Felt the consequences of that corruption too. Yeah, because you're a vampire and you're just being a hypocrite about it. Hey, Bathwater. What do you mean by that? Oh, no, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm not a vampire. In any case, Captain, I believe you'd agree with me that we shouldn't be repeating past mistakes. For our sake, and for the sake of all who live in the land of Aracia. Understand what you're trying to do, Leia. I'll wait for you until you find a way. It's not like we have any other options for now. Thank you, Captain. So, what next? What's Leia thinking? Wait, I mean, you came out early. The talk with Leia must have gone well, huh? Ha ha ha. You were eavesdropping again. No, I wasn't. Why would I do that? This must have previously been a side story, hidden story, whatever. It's back in time without really mentioning it. Because she's dead right now. They're just waiting for you to come back out. This place doesn't exactly have good soundproofing. If you concentrate, you can hear everything going on inside. Seriously! Does this mean we're canceling our plans? No. We have no time to waste. We're switching over to Bernard's backup plan. Let's leave the details for after we return, Claudia. Underneath the Wheel of Fate. The Waheel, if anything. Or it was just a flashback. Hope you know we're not trying to push you away. Just that this is such a reckless plan. We don't want to rope in people who have nothing to do with us. I don't know if you still trust me at this point, but no, I don't. You're very clearly a vampire and lying to everyone about it, while also killing all vampires you meet. So you're not only a racist, you're also a hypocrite. No hidden stories in episode 5 prior to the UOA update. Oh. Interesting. I guess they just wanted to tell something fully straightforward then. Someone you remind me of. They said a similar thing once. So they didn't want me to bet my life on a gamble for their faith and ideals. Interesting, so I wasn't the only one. They weren't a hypocrite when they said it, though. Who were they? How should I put it? They were a drinking buddy. I don't think they ever stopped to consider the feelings of the ones who would survive them. Sometimes I wake up from my sleep and think to myself, if only I had been there back then, I wouldn't have to endure such a wretched feeling now. Still, I'd like for you to survive. I'm sure your friend thought so too, Eligos. Now that I think about it, something else you have in common with my friend. What is it? Desire that you yourself do not realize, you could say. Dominate so that you're not dominated. And that was their reasoning. Not so far off from the law of the back streets where might makes right. Not trying to pass judgment on whether that's right or wrong. Personally, I don't believe there's justice to be found on any side, which is to say, I hope you understand what you're heading towards, and what price you'll end up paying in exchange. I'm aware. And to be honest, you could say I understand it better than anyone. Huh? That voice Haste said he heard, and I hear it too. In my case, it's the voice of another beast. I've heard it since I was small. You understand what that means, right? That you're a blatant fucking hypocrite? Price I have to pay will most likely be an even more gruesome curse, but it's a price I'm willing to pay. For the sake of the humans in Aracia. You be going now? Yep, much as I'd like to stick around and get to know you better, our boss isn't a big fan of wasting time. Don't mind him, he's just trying to be polite. Got it? We're heading in different directions, but we'll also be departing soon. Captain Veronica is also a rather punctual person. Hope we get a chance to see each other again. Bernard. Yeah. Thank you. Heard you gave us some very helpful information. By the way, why are you shaking so much? You trying to avoid me? You're not wearing clothes. I would never. Please don't come any closer. Huh? I think he's still scared of you, Coley. No, I wasn't being serious back then. You don't have to keep running away. I'm fine, thank you. Very much like you to maintain this distance. You'll all be returning to Britannia now, right? We have a target we need to take care of first. I'll be going back as soon as we're done. I told you he's too much for you to handle. We've taken on plenty such missions before. We completed them all without issue. Yeah, best not to underestimate people from the Britannian military. Although calling him part of the Britannian military would be weird. He's not technically... He's a fighter from Britannia. Best not to underestimate them. Some of them are absurd. Didn't expect you to give up easily. You're as stubborn as I am, Elagos. Whatever ends up happening with my plan, we'll probably never meet again. Still, I'd rather not say any farewells. Did you know comment? Mermaids are like metaphors and are figurative speech for the LGBTQ. Mean transformation in your former self in some way. That's why the lower part of the body is covered by a fish's tail. Then info in a tattoo magazine, that had also mermaid tattoos on it. So I don't know how reliable was the info, though. I'll tell you it's the first I've heard of it. And I'm fairly familiar with the LGBTQ community, although I'm not a part of it. I'm familiar with it. I have friends very part of it. And I have just people in my life with lots of tattoos as well. So, I can't help but wonder, although I'm not too big into the tattoo community itself, so I can't claim to know what all representation they've decided on, but definitely the first I've heard of it, and little difficult to take seriously when, well, the idea of mermaids transforming is such a, like, of it being a natural thing mermaids can do is such a recent change. Like, only within the last 20 years of the mythology. Yeah, I know, the Little Mermaid, she turns into a human briefly, but that's not, it's even stated in the story, that's not a normal thing mermaids can do. And if she'd done it wrong, which in the original story she did, she turned into sea foam. I really like mermaids because they look pretty like Ariel in the Disney movie. Also, a mermaid coloring book that you'd use from time to time. No. I've always had a bit of a fascination with the sea. Especially Cthulhu stuff. The Lovecraftian mythos, and the name fish, and my legs never quite worked right for most of my life, so mermaids were kind of a natural thing for me. And to be clear, I'm not, like, bound to a wheelchair. I think I still have one somewhere, but I've not had to use it in some time, because my health has improved a great deal. But, I have had to use one in the past, and I've always had leg issues. And that's the source of this. Dad, I'll wish you good luck. Now, this is the repeatable quest. It is interesting they've limited it to just one quest in each chapter is, the repeat to get your materials. Nothing ever comes for free. Everyone always ends up paying a price. Same goes for survival. Not once did anyone ever teach me. I made mistakes. I was deceived. I fell into traps. When I crawled out of the chaos, smeared my own blood amidst the pain and fear, I realized, if I'm going to survive, I can't trust anyone but myself. I saw him. That looks like... What? Oh. A young little baby Cain. Over there. I saw him go that way. He's... He just came from around there, are you sure? Yeah, he was hurt very badly and he ran that way. Talking about the man with long hair, right? Does sound like Cain. Thank you, kid. Hero saved me out of a kind-hearted impulse, later became a slayer and came after my life. He pushed me to the brink of death, the wretch. It was my mistake for believing she wouldn't be a threat. Thanks to that, I was able to keep my wits about me when I hunted my father. He hesitated even in our final battle. But not me. I could sense every one of his thoughts. He would not have been able to sense mine. That was your weakness, Father. When you received your power from the Tree of Genesis, there was not a single doubt in your mind. You believed it to be providence, granted to you by a supreme existence, just like the other two idiots. Not once did you stop to think what price you'd end up having to pay. I, however, am different. I know no such blessings exist in this world. Kill before you get killed. Dominate before you are dominated. Where the Tree of Genesis is or where it comes from is none of my concern. Anything with enough strength to threaten me must be eliminated. That's how I've managed to survive. Act 6, Cause and Effect 2. Dagger Sakaar Group is going to go back to Britannia? Looks like they collected the information they needed. I think they've decided they've achieved their minimum objectives. But given Melissa's critical condition, it might be hard for them to leave right away. And they'll probably find a ship to Britannia in Western Equilibria once Melissa ends up waking up or sleeping for good. How is my sister doing? There really no hope for her? I'm not sure either. I didn't see her for myself, I just overheard their conversation. Looked like everyone but Haste had given up. I see. It did look like they were doing their best to take care of her. I see, Lady Elvira. What? Thank you for telling me. Huh? Yeah, sure. By the way, Abigail, it feels like you might have changed a little. Me? That wouldn't be so strange. They say everything in the world changes. I can't be the only exception. Or maybe you didn't. You seem to have changed too. Compared to before, you seem a bit... no, very different. What? I do? Maybe this is the real you? It was just a passing thought, there's no real reason. Huh. By the way, Lady Elvira. What do you think Lord Cain is looking for in this expedition? Forgot to turn on streamer mode. It used to do it automatically, and then it stopped doing it automatically. It stopped turning off automatically, so I had to manually turn it off, and now it doesn't turn on automatically either. So, you know. Think it's the same power the Shadow Elves and humans are looking for? I'm not sure what reason there'd be for this expedition other than that. You think we could save my sister's life with that power? Well... what do you think? Think that's what Lord Cain would use the power for? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. There's no way to know the future, Abigail. Feels like you've reached the end of your rope, another path will reveal itself. Yes, I'd very much like that. I'd better be on my way now. Like I told you before, Lord Cain asked me to meet him along the way. He said he had a task for me. Sure, let's meet up again at the destination.
You can't close your eyes.
I'll protect you. No destiny can stop me!
I desire your flesh. This one.
Need help?
Papa's going to eat his stuff today. I love you. Stay with me.
Keep thinking Fenny is saying Papa's going to eat his pill today. He's like, finally, get him to take the damn thing.
Let's do this.
I know it's huge, but he's a snake. That shouldn't be a problem. Snake medicine should be the easiest thing to ingest.
I'll show you true love. Stay with me. Till I can breathe no more.
Of your worth.
I think I'm going to faint. Papa's going to eat his pill today. I believe in you, Papa. Want to know about my family?
Get the blues.
Papa loves me. I'm scared. Yep.
Should we get started? Yeah.
Found. Don't let them escape.
Okay. Give Fene all your love. This will sing. I'll wrap you up to.
You can't close your eyes.
If I must fight. Yeah!
Want to know about my family?
Killed.
Me. Until they
Murderized.
breathe no more.
I desire your
Attack.
flesh.
Double murderized.
I'll show you true love.
Certainly. I'm scared.
Listen to my song. This is my stage.
Yeah, everybody up.
I'll protect you. This won't be an easy fight.
All right. I smell living creatures. Once you've faced me, you'll become darkness yourself. I desire your flesh.
What's going to be filmed today?
Dead. There really no way to know the future? If Melissa disappears forever, if I can't ever see her again, would there be a reason to keep on living going forward? Would this long and pitiful life still be worth living? Wish there would be a miracle, like when I first met Lord Kane. Like when I was given the power to protect myself. Back then I really thought Lord Kane was a good person. But why? Why would Lord Kane...
Seem to be lost in thought, Abigail.
Oh, Lord Kane. I'm sorry, I was just thinking about my sister.
Ah, I see that it still weighs heavily upon you. Given what you did with your own two hands, it makes sense you'd be laden with guilt.
Yes, my lord.
I did anticipate this. You're not as strong as I am. Must be difficult to rid yourself of unnecessary emotions.
Yes, my lord.
And that is why I'm going to help you, Abigail.
Yes, Huh?
Go to the place I'm about to tell you. Once you're there, you will realize that Melissa's fate is in the hands of another now.
What do you mean?
If you're lucky, you get to witness the awakening of a new vampire lord. But even if that weren't to happen, you'll at least be free from the guilt that binds your heart.
Rose and blood. How much is rose? How much is blood? I gotta fight Melissa? I have a feeling in a way. Nerves are bad because you told the dentist to take out 5 of your teeth, 4 of them molars in the course of a week or so. Doctor showed you a video about the risk of taking out 1 molar, which rarely but may occur in the jaw being broken and unattached from the mouth. Though that didn't happen to you just because Doctor pulled 4 of your molars, another big tooth in such a short time. Nerves don't work properly as you would like to. Body now randomly twitches and moves. Nerves feel more and are far more fragile than usual. So to a degree, you understand the things that come to not being able to move one's body properly. I can relate to that in some senses, so... A big part of what's wrong with me, even separate from just leg not want, is fibromyalgia, which essentially means that the part of my body that tells me when something hurts, it's a bit too gung-ho for... so, genuinely, I just get more pain. Just more of it. And even for things that shouldn't hurt, sometimes they will anyway. Not a massive issue by any means. I live with it, but... definitely something. And it only compounded my other problems, obviously. I had asthma, but I've not had any kind of attack or even had to use my inhaler for well over a decade now, so I don't even feel like I should say I have asthma at this point. Yes, I know you think I'm very weak, game, but it should be fine. You want me to wait here?
Yes. You're a vampire, so you shouldn't get near objects that bear the power of the new moon. Dealt with it before in the Terranor borderlands.
I might be fine now. Been reducing my blood intake. Looks like our little Swifty doesn't have such a good memory. Thing that Veronica asked you to hold last time that gave you such a headache was a bullet of the new moon. Ow. Right.
And it's not just you. Melissa, too. She needs to be especially careful.
Thank you, Ice Ball. What's strange is even though I have this, I'm strangely receptive to surgery recovery. Like, I didn't get all my molars taken out, but I did have my wisdom teeth taken out. And I bounced back way faster than anyone expected me to. Like, my stitches actually came out that same night, and if anything, I think the problem was my fibromyalgia was making the stitches hurt too much, and them coming out was a great relief. It was probably dangerous to just have them open up like that, but way better. Felt way better.
She's in bad enough of a condition as it is. It won't be good to disturb her recovery.
Yeah, okay. I'll stay here with Haste and guard Melissa.
Alright. Gully, Sid. I'm going in, retrieving the object, and coming right back out. Understood?
Yes, Mr. Eligos. Sorry.
Yes, boss?
Chapter 7. Roses and Blood. This isn't it either? It's not even close. Looks like you're the one with a bad memory. Rest of the new moon doesn't look like this. Needs to look like a crescent, at least. Did it really? I guess it kinda did.
Don't go digging through things carelessly. Need to go deeper inside. According to Bernard's information,
Your old ruins to the west. Once served as an ossuary for a noble family. Became a battlefield, and when the human nobles waged war on the vampire lords. They're changing hands again and again, battle after battle. It's left abandoned with no one to claim it as their own.
you think there might still be artifacts there that have the power of the new moon?
It's a possibility. I didn't see it for myself, but rumors say there are mysterious robots guarding the inside of the ruins.
And the robots belong to you guys?
Someone must have made modifications to our older models. Or they could be early Sangarat models that the vampires used to use. In any case, it's my speculation that they're guarding the place because there's something important inside.
I see. That makes me wonder. Aren't you investigating the ruins yourself? Aren't artifacts on New Moon important resources for the Slayers?
Well, like I said before, it's just a possibility. Based on our present objectives, it's paramount we arrive at our destination before anyone else. Can't afford to gamble on possibilities. Things are different for you, since your objective is... Kane.
Said this place was guarded by sentry robots.
That makes me wonder. Either Sid lied to her, which I'd believe. It makes sense for him to lie. Or she's lying to, the others about what they're doing, so that Kane won't suspect their attack.
We've yet to see a single one.
I mean, maybe she's turning on Kane. Boss! Mr. Eligos, look over there. Beep boop boop beep.
Oh good, they're right on time. This means we came to the right place.
Taking longer than expected. They've been in there since early morning, still no news. Hope nothing's gone wrong. The chance something might have. Back in the day, they went on by themselves because of the New Moon Shrine and got their butts handed to them by my reconstructed father. Haste, that was... I hadn't gone and saved everyone. Wait, hold on. I just heard something. Thump. Is that the sound of the coffin moving? Melissa might be awake. Finally regained consciousness. What are you doing all the way over there? Melissa? Oh yeah, Kane did do something to her. Something's wrong. Awaken. Haste. Can't detect Melissa at all. Just like the time when Sid and Coley were hypnotized by blood magic. Do not deny. Your thirst for blood. Watch out! Kane. It's Kane. He's the one controlling Melissa. Focus on the fight, Haste. The opponent's trying to kill you. Leno. Kill. Kill.
I will not fall victim to despair. I will have my revenge.
You cursed into shit.
I'm gonna faint.
What do you do? Okay, those things are
Yes.
quite potentially a problem. Alright, you can't dodge her or avoid being crit by her. I'm glad they've decided bosses get to just have that now. Because that's what bosses needed.
Prove your worth.
Yeah. I mean, why ever make it so that the enemies have to play by the same rules as the player?
Here I go.
Yes, Annie, all your love. Give it to me. Paralyze me with your love. I'm scared. Go away.
All right, let's do this.
Of course it didn't go off, why would it?
I'll show you true love. I'll wrap you up tight.
Found you. Don't let them escape.
Okay.
You can't close your eyes.
Need help? Should we get started? I hope you're ready.
Certainly. What a waste of time.
Yeah, she's doing this again.
What do you know about my family?
Yeah, the heals.
Even your papa. I
More heals.
know.
This is why I like high heal teams.
I smell living.
Because I can just say, no, I didn't take the damage. Or at least not as
Let's
much.
do this. Take this!
Enough playing around. Let's finish this.
That one hurt a bit. Not as much as it could have, though. And big ol' ice heart.
Stay with me.
Die.
Yeah, she got her thing.
I'm scared.
Welcome to my world, renew your definition!
To my song. Ladies and gentlemen, let's shine.
Everybody get a big heal.
I'll wrap you up.
Everybody get the big heals.
If I must fight, son
Everybody
of
get a defense buff.
burn!
Prove your worth. Prove your
Everybody get
existence.
burned alive.
Your blood and anguish. I desire your
Except
flesh.
you,
This
because you're
one.
debuff immune right now. Everybody die, except you're immortal.
For me to play.
Forgot that part happened.
Together.
Okay, her immortality wore off. Somehow. I don't fully know how. So, Conwell, about your son. Child you named Julian, though he seems to prefer the name Haste given to him by his friends. Whenever I see him, I'm reminded of you. Wonder if that's the reason why. Weird, isn't it? Why'd to kill that boy? I hated him so much I could have killed him many times over. Why do I want so much to save him now? It's all because of you, isn't it? You're always one to make me do the strangest things. You know, Conwell, I still remember it so clearly. Last words you ever spoke to me, your face, your gestures, everything. I wanted you to remember me as the strong, confident Conwell Leno, not as a vampire lord who had lost his power. Is that why you didn't come back to me? I appreciate it. You'll be leaving to take a nap? I listen to some soothing, low-volume type audio to set me in the mood for sleep. Alright, well thank you very much for stopping by, Iceball. You want to come to another stream later, follow so you'll know when I go online. Because I'm gonna be I play games every day but Saturday. And, I'm thinking about doing something on Saturdays, but I'm just not sure what. Well, bye? Bye.
I didn't want to disappoint you.
You fool, you idiot. All I wanted
I'm going to close this coffin one last time.
wasn't your stupid power that I wanted, you selfish, arrogant jerk.
This time, I'd like to say goodbye properly.
All I wanted was you. I just need you.
I love you, Melissa. You were the only one for me.
Kept reminding myself again and again, so the memory wouldn't fade with time. But now I think I'm too tired. There's still so much I haven't done, and I feel sorry for Abigail. This seems to be the only way forward, if I'm to keep Haste from getting hurt. Time for me to let go of this last bit of consciousness that I've been clinging on to. I won't let this filthy blood inside me control me anymore. Melissa! Once I've passed on from this world, wonder if I'll get to see you again. I did say some nasty things before we parted ways. But you'll forgive me, won't you, Conwell? Melissa, wake up! I want to hear your voice, smell your scent, touch your face. There's nothing in the world I want more. Melissa! Haste. Melissa, wake up! Haste, her heart isn't... My sister. She's... This what you meant when you said her fate was in the hands of another? And you said I'd be freed from my guilt? No. Did you hear that just now? That scream. Phyllis. Hold her head still and open her mouth as wide as you can. What are you trying to do? I'm not a vampire lord, so I don't know what feeding her my blood will do, but... If Father were here, I think he would have done this. The Ends of Desire. Hey, boss. I looked all over. There's nothing here with the crest of the new moon. It's right this time, Mr. Eligos. Ah, dang it.
It was all a bust. Wasted so much time. Bernard? No, he did say it was just a possibility.
Looking back, there is something that was a little strange. Bernard would always avoid me and never look me in the eye. Wasn't he just scared? Oh, you do look a bit scary. What did you say?
That is a bit strange. Not like him to give us uncertain information with such confidence. Go back and find out his true intentions.
Should we go now?
I bet Swifty's pout is a mile long by now. Haste and Phyllis might have fallen asleep while waiting.
Passage of Beginnings is just ahead. Yes, we're finally here. Journey might not have been long, but it certainly wasn't short either. I can hardly believe I get to set foot in this historic site. This very place where the curiosity of the unknown and a desire for the forbidden changed the course of humanity. How nice it would be if only Claudia could also... my apologies. I was thinking that too. Claudia liked going to new places. It's also your first time here, isn't it, Sir Bernard? Of course. In fact, I've been looking forward to visiting ever since I was posted to the Guardian's Fortress. But since access to the palace was forbidden, never expected to get a chance to actually visit. You seem a bit too excited. Please keep in mind the reason why we're here. Yes, of course. By the way, Captain Veronica, could I ask you a question? What is it? Why'd you go so far as to give Dagger Sakar the slip by feeding them false information? I feel like they could have been very helpful to have around, seeing as how they're seasoned mercenaries. It's just my personal opinion, but... Oh, suppose it would be difficult after all. Can't be sharing Erasia's secrets with people from other continents. Sir Bernard, we have no idea what's waiting for us in there, or what horrible things might happen to us. You're prepared, aren't you? I am. This is our fight. This is our destiny. Wait. They're lying. How did Kane know they'd be in that area? How did he know? We shouldn't force Eligos and his companions to walk this path with us. Luck allows, I'd rather keep him as a friend we might meet again. Arrgh.
Do you hear that, Veronica? Sound of your approaching death.
Kane. No, it can't be. We were almost there. Why here of all places? We're surrounded. I think he was waiting for us to come here. That's right. We were just dying to see you. Yeah. Just give up. It's all over for you now.
Captain Veronica, you have to get out of here.
No. I've sacrificed too much to turn back here. There's nowhere for me to run anymore. All units, engage the enemy with everything you've got. I'll deal with Kane. Act 8. The Ends of Desire.
Don't you see?
You're not fit to survive!
I think I'm giving him too deep a voice. Ah!
Keep it together now. Don't go fainting on me.
Yeah.
I've still got a long way to go to pay you back for what you did to me last time. So, why aren't you using it? Don't you still have one left? Your bullets of the new moon. You'd better place your hopes on that one last shot if you intend to avenge your soldiers who died here screaming. Not to mention that blue-haired friend of yours.
Ah.
Ah, 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 ah. Ah, 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 ah. Looks like your one last hope missed its mark.
You won't succeed, Kane. You will pay for your crimes.
Still trying to play the hero, are you? Even though you quake in fear every night that you might turn into one of us, controlled by a desire for blood? I'll personally bring an end to your worthless failure of a life. I wonder what blood mixed with the blood of Roland tastes like. Surely it will taste different from Claudia's.
How the hell does he know about this? I'm sorry, Claudia. I failed. I'm sorry. I failed everyone. How does Kane know so much? How did he know they would be there? How does he know she's a vampire descendant? What should I do with Bernard? He's unconscious, but his wounds aren't fatal.
We'll bring him along. We'll have a use when it comes to serving guests. As for Veronica, leave her. There's no more fitting end for the life of a failure than dying alone, writhing in pain by the roadside.
Now, I guess... My question stands.
Why don't you test your luck?
How the hell does Kane know so much?
Goodbye. I'll see you later, if you're still alive.
There's still a Chapter 8 side. I guess it's 8 side and 10 side, so I guess that adds up to 12. Hum. Even like this, I'll do 8 side next time if I do 8 now. Then it would be 9 and 10 and then 10 side. Guess I get to finish the story pretty soon then. I'm hoping there's an explanation for Kane knowing all this shit, because as it stands, I can't think of a reason he'd know half this stuff. Well, there we go. Rust and Discord. We're back to the less good part of this episode. Where characters are wildly stupid for no particular reason. Chapter 8, Secrets Revealed. Why do you keep slowing down? There's no time to waste. But, are you worried about Leah? There's nothing we can do about what happened. There's no need to feel guilty about leaving her behind. Were you hesitating? You thinking about turning back? Don't be absurd, I know where I need to go. I know it, and yet... Are you feeling a bit better now? I'm not sure. That doesn't mean I'll acknowledge the Shadow Elves as our comrades. What? You won't acknowledge them? I never even considered you capable of that in the first place. Why are you laughing? I'm being serious. Of course, I know you are. Sorry for laughing. Just so unexpected coming from you. Just wanted you to know, I have no intention of taking them in at the cost of losing you all. The ones I need to protect are you and the Slayers, not them. That doesn't mean we can't work together toward the same goal. I think there's nothing to lose from getting out of each other's way. And while we're at it, wouldn't it be nice if we could join hands and live together in harmony? You sound ridiculous. That'll never happen. I know. Sometimes it's nice to dream big, isn't it? Life is unexpected. You never know what might happen. No way to know for sure if my judgment is right. This is the best approach and plan I can think of right now. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? Okay, I understand what you're getting at. Miki, since we're on the topic, I have a favor to ask of you. What is it? Can I entrust you with them? My dreams? What are you talking about? Act 1, Trust and Discord. Whatever may happen in the future, I want you to take care of it. I trust you. Don't beat around the bush and just tell me what you mean. It's like I said, my choices turn out to be wrong and problems arise. I want you to take care of it, even if I'm the cause. What are you even saying? Come out with the weirdest stuff sometimes. Or what, are you trying to tell me to take care of you? That's exactly what I'm saying. Have you lost your mind? Don't ever ask me something like that again. Yeesh, you surprised me. Good to see you still got a good voice on you. Listen, I'm only saying it just in case. It's impossible to know what the future holds for people. There may even come a time where I'll have a reason to betray you all too. What I'm getting at is that I trust you more than I trust even myself. You can't believe me even when I've said this much, you're gonna hurt my feelings, you know? Yeah, I got it. Swear you bring up the weirdest things. Leia always told me she doesn't fight for herself or even for humanity, for the sake of the world. And if her plans for the world she dreamed of ever failed, it made me swear to take up the mantle in her place. Don't fill your head with pointless thoughts. Too soon to know what will happen, so focus on what you can do. Leia wouldn't have wanted you to waste your time and energy worrying about uncertainties and speculations. So hurry on up. We have a lot to do.
You can't close your eyes.
Beaver.
I'll protect you. Purifying flame. Burn away the evil.
And turtles.
I smell living
Don't
creature.
let them
escape.
He's going to eat his own today. Papa loves me. I think I'm going to faint.
All right, let's do this.
True love, faint me till I can breathe no more.
Foul attack.
Okay.
You can't close your eyes.
Yes. Yes, with all your love.
Dang.
I believe in you.
These things are durable.
Should we get started?
Prove you won't let them escape.
Yeah, it was fine.
I'll show you true love.
Scorpions.
Give it to me.
You're ice scorpions. Kill them.
You and your love.
Do it.
I'm scared.
Kill them.
If I must fight.
I desire
This
your
one.
flesh.
Papa's going to eat his food today. I'll wrap you up tight.
You can't close your eyes.
Go away.
I'll protect you.
You're saving all your love.
Here we go.
You know about my
Ah, green. That means it's gonna be a crapshoot if I can win this or not.
Papa loves me.
Because of the miss, obviously.
I think I'm going to faint. To my soul, I will shine. Shine.
Welcome to my world.
Alright, let's do this. I hope you're ready.
Okay.
Alright, that did well.
Living creature, guide me
Burn.
to the depths of your mind. Found you. Don't let them escape.
There we go. So, this is Skugaheim, huh? Borderlands don't seem to have changed much. Still as desolate as always. Saying Famir went in this direction? Yes, that's right. Feel faint traces of her distinctive mana. It's almost as if she's scattering it around to tell us where to go. Sure it's not because she's in a hurry? Hey, something just came to mind, but are we okay like this? What do you mean? Well, I'm a human, so I'm forbidden from entering in the first place, but aren't you all wanted fugitives? Really just saunter on inside? Ah. Now that you mention it, they'll probably apprehend us on the spot if we enter as we are. We were so focused chasing after Famir, we didn't even think about such an obvious problem. We don't really have the option to turn back now and disguise ourselves properly, and there's nothing we can use nearby. Can't you all do something with your magic? Maybe a transformation or invisibility spell? Magic isn't something you can use so freely. Abilities like that are limited to those with the talent to wield them. So what, you rushed us without even preparing a plan? Yeah, completely unreliable. Being a bit harsh. And where are you off to? Trying to run away again? No, unlike you all, I actually have something in mind. Then fucking verbalize it, you shit! Don't give it all to yourself. If you have an idea, please let us know too. It's not safe to act alone, especially at a time like this. There's someone I know who can help us. Who would that be? You see when you meet them. You really have to go after her, Leia. If I don't go, what other option is there? It's dangerous. Anyone can see you're not in good condition. I'm still fine for now. I can hang in there. Look at you, worrying about your superiors. You're all grown up now. The fact that you're just hanging in there means you're not fine. Stop treating me like a kid and rethink your decision. Moreover, if the Shadow Elves attack the fortress like they did in the east, especially when Famir has run away... You don't need to worry about that. Shadow Elves won't be able to breach Famir's barrier so easily. I even reinforced the barrier by looking through the research notes she left behind in a hurry. You've been letting Famir do as she pleases around here just to learn magic from her? Can't really say I learned it from her as much as I secretly stole it. Is it because she's such a skilled mage? Even just roughly copying her spells produce quite effective results. You're being too reckless, Leia. You don't have the right to treat me like I'm still some naive kid. Speaking of recklessness, I have one more thing to admit. To be honest, the barrier doesn't have much time left. It's set up hastily with copied spells, so it's a bit crude. And then even more of a reason for you to stay behind, you're not in your right mind. Ezra, we allow Famir to make contact with Noise again. None of this, the barrier or the fortress, will matter. To prevent that from happening, I have a responsibility to stop Famir, and protect the fortress while I'm away. I've set up the barrier. Might be crude, the barrier should last a few days at least. Wasn't acting without thinking, like the way you steal Amaki's snacks. It's like talking to a wall. I'm coming along with you. No, I won't allow it. Why? You're injured and in no state to leave the fortress. Is that something you... like, are you hearing yourself? Take a look at yourself. You're in even worse condition than I am. Was it that attack to Amaki after losing your own mind? What are you gonna do if you head out alone and lose control again? Someone needs to be by your side to watch over you. No, that's exactly why I won't allow you to come with me. If I happen to lose control and attack you too. Help you? You've been thinking about playing ESO again? I mean... Didn't you say literally yesterday that you hate it? I'll stop you before that happens. Even if I have to knock you out cold. Worst case scenario, I run for it before you have a chance to do anything. I'm quite skilled at making an escape thanks to Amiki. You won't take no for an answer, will you? And we're going together, okay? I'll get ready quickly and meet you outside. Meow. How could I ever leave behind trustworthy kids like you guys? You're off and on between hating and liking it. A possible solution. Apparently Fenny can solo the new fire boss on the hardest difficulty. What artifact does she need to have equipped to do it, though, is the question. And also, it is still technically the beta, so, like... Gotta remember, they might patch it out because they hate us. Who the fuck is this? Like some of the new lore, other bits you don't mind. I mean, Quilla's real anti a lot of the lore in there. And then you hate some new stuff. There's stuff that pisses me off, but then there's other stuff that I couldn't care less about. And there's stuff that I do like. I guess that's the same as what you said. I'd say the only one that I'm outright like, that's stupid, is having the dragons around. They were supposed to be gone by then. Having them come back again is weird. Oh my, look who it is. Been a while. You completely ignored me when I invited you over. Sure, you don't expect me to be ecstatic about you popping up without any prior notice. Now, water is made from the memory of dead things. That's just stupid. I don't care if there's a reason, that's just dumb. I mean, it sounds dumb, but it also sounds like Elder Scrolls dumb, you know? That doesn't seem like a new, unheard of type of dumb. That seems as dumb as some of the other shit they do. Like, Nirnroots came about from a time when the sun went out for a while. And they just kept surviving because the sun isn't always out. Or, well, the sun itself is a giant hole in the literal sky. Nirnroots what? You don't know about this, Bathwater? Yeah, that's why Nirnroots only come out at night. They were kind of the dominant plant species when the sun didn't exist. And then, the sun came back. And now they kind of just exist at night, and no one knows how they keep existing, despite the sun being around for a large portion of the year. A large portion of most days, actually. I do. Correct. You've grown so much since last time. Hey, Fenris, who is this person? Her name is Brigitta. She's an information broker. Boo, Fenris. Don't you know it's rude to introduce someone so poorly? For anything happening in or related to Skugeheim, there isn't a single piece of news that can slip past me. That's what I said. You're an information broker. I see. It's nice to meet you, Brigitta. We're Fenris's friends. Now that I've had a better look, you don't look like familiar faces. You're definitely shadow elves, with a strange attire and the lack of noise as mark. You should ask Quilla what he hates. He'll give you something. He might start with the Ebonheart Pact. He fucking hates it. You have to check on the artifact. Also duo with Fenny and Tywin if you can't do it without interacting with the mechanics. Tywin. I'll need to check who that is again. You're the Shadow Elves from Nadalon, aren't you? How did you know? I just told you how. Ledin, the High Priest who left the forest to the dismay of his fellow kin. There's no way I wouldn't know. Aren't you all on the run? The news is spread all over. Considering you're all Fenris's dear friends, I'll turn a blind eye just this once. Even for the Slayer girl over there. How thoughtful of you. I think there'd actually be Shadow Elves who can tolerate humans. You're kind of a fucking hypocrite for being surprised by that, you know. Yeah? You kinda like the pack because it's 3 of your favorite races? I'm of a similar mind. I like it because it's the 3 races that get along the worst, teaming up because the other 2 groups are all basically the other two groups exist, and they teamed up once to stop an Akaviri invasion. Like, that team up was purely, like, happenstance. Like, they all happened to be cornering the same army. 3 races under Nordic hegemony? I think you mean 3 races graciously allowed to exist by the Hist. I happen to be particularly fond of humans. I even have a few human friends. So for what reason have you brought along all your friends to my office? I highly doubt it's because you missed me, so you must have something to inquire. We believe Famir's fled somewhere in this general direction. We don't know where exactly. You have any ideas? Fled? The rumors of her stirring up trouble in the eastern region of human territory were true. Word seems to spread pretty quickly around here. Legit only there for the defense break on skill 1 and skill 3. So even if I just have him as, like... Even if I just had him at base level, he could still work. I just have to use... Or maybe not base level, because he might die, but... I suppose I have a few guesses in mind, but first we need to talk payment. Payment? You've already forgotten? I'm an information broker. Typically people tend to pay for my services. Not expecting me to offer such valuable information for free, are you? Sounds fair enough. Go on, give her something. I like the idea of the 3 most vitriolic enemies overcoming their racism for each other, uniting into one blossoming nation to fight and be racist against other races. Unity. Yeah. That's my thought process too. But, you know, the counter-argument is people saying, well, the Triumvirate are so strong, the Dunmer should never have to team up with anyone. And to that I say, that's really stupid, because the Triumvirate aren't actually as strong as they keep telling everyone they are. Like, yeah, there's stories of them performing those god-level feats, but how much of that is actually true? How much of it is just them trying to appear on par with the 9 Divines? Tribunal? That's what I probably said. We don't have much to pay with. Having all of our money. Could have sworn you packed more before we left. From the boat fare to the times we had to ask for directions, numerous times we were captured and chased around, we spent and lost quite a bit along the way. For now, would this suffice? I reckon it's enough. Alright, listen closely. Only 3 places Famir is likely to visit in Skugeheim. Those 3 being the Royal Palace, Fenris's hometown, and the harbor. Triumvirate, Gaslighter? Yeah, Tribunal, that's what I said. Considering she's rejected by the other Shadow Elves, there aren't many places she's welcome. The Royal Palace? Not exactly the place anyone can come and go freely. You never wondered why Famir feels free to act so brazenly, despite the fact she's perceived so poorly by Skugeheim? I see. Famir is backed by the royal family. Given her magical prowess, it would make sense to keep someone like her close by. Regardless of where she is now, she'll likely head toward the harbor. After all, her final destination will be the Garden of Noyes. Because of the Tree of Genesis? Typing up a storm? He wouldn't survive at base. He'd survive the first attack because it deals damage based on your unit's HP, but he'd die quickly after. Oh, good, that kind of fight. Yes, there's not a soul alive who isn't aware of Famir's obsession with researching the Tree of Genesis' magic. She must have broken off her alliance with the humans in the east because they're no longer useful. It can only mean that she's ready to make her move. When we enter the Garden of Noyes, we've heard it's difficult to gain entry unless you're a priest. Coincidentally, there also happens to be 3 ways for regular people like you to enter the garden. The price? Why don't we make it the same as before? Thank you for your patronage, dear customers. Now, in order to enter the Garden of Noyes, the first option is to prove your faith and devotion toward Noyes. Right, that's not possible for you all. Noyes... Either Noyes is a straight-up bastard, and I have to question this game's world building for making the only, evil spirit lord the Shadow one. Or, someone's talking on his behalf who don't know what he wants. Second option is to receive assistance from Her Majesty, the Sovereign of Skugeheim. Suppose if a fugitive wanders in the Royal Palace, they'll be arrested on the spot. The third option is to use a spell to dispel the barrier protecting the Garden of Noyes, just as Famir did long ago. Where could one obtain information about such a spell? You'd have to ask Famir about that, wouldn't you? Save for her, nobody's ever successfully dispelled Noyes' barrier. So even this is a dead end. I wonder, perhaps not? Fenris puts in a bit more effort, I'm sure a path will appear. Hey. Wasn't your mother with Famir when she broke into the garden? Didn't you say her belongings were kept near your house? Plus, you mentioned you left behind some materials from back when you researched the tree with your human friend. Must be some helpful clues lying around, don't you think? Looks like we should head towards Fenris's house. Which direction is it in? Wait a moment, that place is... Might be difficult to move around together if we want to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Split up and move separately? Sure, we have other things we need to take care of anyways. And then the ones heading to Fenris's house... I'll go. What? Go where? Your house. Why would you want to go there? You said there are materials left behind from when you researched the tree with your friend. Remember, the Slayers, it's only natural for me to investigate exactly whose and what those are. When did I ever say I was going? There's no other option left. You're worried? Should we all go together? I don't know how dangerous it might be. Are you purposely saying that out loud so I'd hear it? No, I didn't mean it like that. It's not exactly safe for Fenris either. No, it's fine. The road to my hometown is difficult to tread, and it's true we'd attract attention in a larger group. Are you sure? I am. Looks like the idea of bringing people to his house is making him uncomfortable. What I've heard so far, turning to his hometown doesn't seem like it'd be a pleasant experience for him either. Don't do anything stupid and bring him back in one piece. Anything happens to Fenris, you won't escape unscathed either. Huh? While we wait for them to return, should we begin preparing to head for the Garden of Noyes? As you may know, the Garden of Noyes is on a remote island across the sea. You'll need a boat to get there. Would it be possible for you to procure a boat for us? Rumors floating around about us might be hard to arrange for ourselves. That depends, dear customers. Nothing in life is free. Procuring a boat in your stead will incur additional costs. Of course it would. How much would it cost? When did we run out of money? You wouldn't take an IOU by any chance, would you? Promise to pay you back later? Nope, get lost.
You can't close your eyes. Yep.
Should we get started? No destiny can stop me!
Papa's going to eat his fill today. I love you. Stay with me forever.
I desire your flesh. Attack!
Owie. Oof. Ouch.
I'm scared. Yes!
If I must fight,
I'll show you true love. I believe in you, Papa.
Prove don't let them escape.
Okay. Papa's going to eat his fill today.
There we go.
Till I can breathe.
Oh, you lived through the initial one, did you, bastard?
You didn't need to chase us out so coldly.
No idea living in poverty could be full of such difficulties.
Alright, Arya. The fuck did you think it was like? Forgive me, Your Grace. This must be your first time experiencing such inconveniences.
Hey, you tell her, Ran. Think he's done? Alright, screenshot me whatever he said if it's funny. Trying to pick a fight?
No, just feeling sentimental. Anyway, what should we do now?
Should we try asking a boatsman directly? For a free ride? When do we get reported?
When do we sneak onto a boat? Pretty confident I could do it.
Just because you can sneak onto a boat doesn't mean our problems are solved. It's not that simple. Gotta be careful because our identities have already been exposed. I noticed this before. Seems like people recognize us because of our clothing. We should start finding new clothes? From the mark being painted on with makeup or something. Can't believe we have to resort to such foolish antics yet again. For now, let's just head to the harbor.
You don't see anything that's particularly funny?
Alright, well, screenshot it anyways and send it to me. I'm curious. I won't look at it on stream because it's so off topic, but I'm so curious what he said. Sure, once we're there, we can figure something out. What are you talking about? I don't see a road here at all. The harbor is to the northwest, so this direction should be correct. I may have eroded over time, but it's definitely there. Instead of questioning my memory again, why don't you check your poor vision? Not doubting you, I'm just saying the road literally doesn't exist. Can't you see the dense thicket in front of us and the cliffside beyond it? Seems unnecessary to force ourselves down such rugged terrain. What are we gonna do if we just wander down any old road and get lost? How long have we been circling this area? They're going at each other again. Oh, you hoodlums over there. Stop dawdling around and blocking the road unless you want trouble. Oh. Hey, no need to intimidate them. Someone might see us and think we're thugs. I gave you a job under me so you could straighten up, act with some tact. I apologize, Sir Ragnvold. What's up with you all? You lose your way? You don't seem to be from around here. Does he not recognize us? I don't think so. No word spread around about us. Not everyone might be aware. There's not too much trouble. Could we ask you for some directions? Trying to get to the harbor. We're not familiar with the area. Oh, really? If that's the case, I can help you out. Life is all about a little give and take, yeah? I'm sorry to say, we don't have anything to offer in terms of remunerations. Nor do we have anything of value to exchange. Don't worry about it. We're not looking for any sort of material compensation. Actually, in the middle of searching for something ourselves. What would it be? If there's anything we can help with, we'd be happy to offer our assistance. So touching to see you volunteer so readily. This works out perfectly. Time to be on the lookout for a wanted fugitive with a hefty bounty on their head. Much like yourselves. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. Capture them.
Yes, sir.
Give Fene all your love.
Alright, let's just kill you and get rid of that.
Papa loves me.
You can't.
Yeah, it
close your
worked.
eyes.
Alright, let's do this.
I smell living creatures.
What do you know about my family?
Dead.
I'll wrap you up too. I think I'm going to free
I'll protect you.
Daddy love. I believe in you, Papa.
Oh, that's a big one.
Today. Give it to me.
Guy's friggin' huge.
I see with your love.
I'm scared.
Welcome
Listen
to my world. Renew your definition.
to my song. Ladies and gentlemen, let's shine.
Let's do this. This won't be an easy fight.
Okay.
I desire
Don't let
your
them
flesh.
escape.
Yeesh. They're so skillful and artistic at escaping. It's like they have something to prove as genuine prison breakers. Then again, not as if our pursuit tactics are anything to scoff at. Plus, we still have plenty of You thought of an awful mean joke? Tell it to me. Can we put an end to the commotion here? What? Don't interfere. We really have to start a fight in the middle of the town square. You see there are other shadow elves around? What, are you embarrassed? You don't think you should? If you think it might actually get you banned from Twitch, just DM it to me. Well, if that's your concern. If not, then do whatever. I will not take it as an attack, I promise. I'm sorry, I didn't realize there are protocols in place for when and where we're supposed to catch fugitives. Not banned. In the future, make sure you only pursue them at the scene of the crime, okay? I always seem to find a way to twist whatever I say into some biting, sarcastic remark, saying there's an excessive use of force. You understand what I'm getting at, and there's nothing I can do about it. Her Majesty may not think the same, given her distaste for needless chaos. I said I'd get you the fugitives according to protocol, but you're still getting on my case. Yes. Unlike me, you have Her Majesty to support you. Given that she's above the law, Her Majesty's uncomfortable with it, It's undeniably my transgression for attempting to act according to regulations. I know how badly you crave Her Majesty's recognition and praise, so just this once, I'll overlook how disastrously it went. I'll trust in the exemplary example set forth by my competent superior. Make sure to handle the matter well on your own. Watch your tone. Revna, how could you... To us? I know, it must be confusing. Rest assured, you're in no immediate danger. You expect us to feel reassured after what you've done to us? Not stupid enough to be fooled twice. Help you understand, I had no choice but to act hostile towards you in accordance with Lord Bryg's commands. And being honest, I don't necessarily see your actions in a negative light. Nor do I consider your father Ledin a traitor. Never left Skugaheim while harboring ill intentions. Fenris also seems to have aligned himself with you all because he sympathizes with your plans, whatever they may be. Simply wish to know what those plans are. A child would never support something that could potentially bring harm to others. Furthermore, I have a proposal of sorts, so I've been looking for you. A proposal? You appear to have piqued the interest of Her Majesty. I'm not privy to the details, but it doesn't appear to be ill-intentioned. Rather, it seemed more like she was curious about you all. Not every day that former kin return in search of the tree Genesis. Your reason for seeking the tree contributes to peace within Skugaheim. No reason for Her Majesty to object, is there? How do you feel about meeting to convey your thoughts and request our support? After all, you'll need permission to enter the Garden of Noyes.
Are you being serious?
Can you say you wouldn't be fooled twice? Things get dicey, you can always run away like last time.
You think that's as simple as it looks?
The decision to accept the proposal is up to you. Makes no difference to me. You saying if we speak with the Sovereign, we could clear up the misunderstanding and get your support finding the Tree of Genesis. Are you certain? If you can change Her Majesty's mind, then yes, I'm offering you that opportunity. However, responsibility persuading her is up to you, and you alone. Harsetti, were you looking for me, darling? I was, in fact. You arrived earlier than I expected. Have you already finished what you needed to do in human territory? Is this the Queen? Because she's the one sitting on the throne all menacingly in the cinematic. Rather than finished, you could say it's temporarily on hold? On hold. How do you suppose so?
The humans appear to have noticed that Fumir was busy sowing chaos with the various magical experiments to amplify mana.
Sowing chaos? What a gross misrepresentation of my work! I merely created a diverse collection of test cases in the pursuit of unimpeded and flawless research. There was a little fuss along the way, so what? Progress demands sacrifice.
Because of your relentless curiosity and zeal for experimentation, both our kind and the whole continent are in an uproar. That's not sowing chaos, what is?
How cowardly of you to feign concern for the fate of the world. You'll be more than ecstatic once you receive the power of the tree. You two butt heads immediately the moment you see each other.
Ahem. The key has started to move.
Oh, is that so? Just noticed, ominous hole behind her head. She also has one in her hand. That looks like the fucking dark soul of man. It was her all along. She was the Elden Ring. We no longer need the help of humans. That's right. Once Fenris puts his mind to it and unlocks Seneca's barrier, the rest will proceed smoothly. Need to dispel Noyes' barrier. Dispel Noyes'... We find the spell... Wow. You love Dark Souls? I like Dark Souls. Find the spell to dispel Noyes' barrier with Seneca's book, then combine with the absorption spell I developed in the past. We absorb the knowledge of the Tree of Genesis within the special mana ore I created, and activate the revolutionary spell that I also developed to amplify the mana, and ta-da! The unprecedented and legendary magnum opus of the illustrious Fumir, the Philosopher's Seed, will bloom again in all its magnificent glory. The Philosopher's Seed? I came up with the name myself. What do you think? Isn't it positively scrumptious? I even prepared gemstones in the shape of seeds in advance. Anyway, As planned, you're saying we'll be able to harness and convert the power of the Tree of Genesis into refined mana, yes? Exactly. The transcendent knowledge obtained from the tree will combine with our mana to become the source of ultimate power. It'll be on a completely different level compared to the power of the tree that I've been using for my little experiments. See, in the past, I can only extract a tiny fraction of it. Consider it an honor to witness the astounding achievements of the great mage Krumir in person. Feel free to tremble with anticipation.
You're acting high and mighty as if you did it all yourself, despite the fact you're inconveniencing everyone by being unable to remember all the spells you've come up with.
Listen here. Can you even fathom how complex the spells I've developed are? Even an extraordinary genius like me has a hard time remembering anything perfect. I wasted so much precious time trying to recover the mana and knowledge I lost when Noyes punished me. You're gonna say something about Dark Souls being a communist story about the working class toppling the royal family and all that. Lost the vigor and enthusiasm for it. You could say you were working real hard, but you kept going and going and your humanity leaked out. What, you think a feeble-minded, ordinary shadow elf like you could handle spells of this magnitude, let alone read a single line properly?
You will spell my name correctly, or I will not read your message.
I already read it. Single missing or incoherent... Getting much mouth, god damn it. When a single missing or incorrectly written character runs the risk of the spell going haywire, Do you understand how much effort it took to account for that? How much blood, sweat, and tears I poured into my work? And besides, I never said I'd developed everything on my own.
Oh, is that right? How foolish of me to assume otherwise, given your propensity for boasting about your accomplishments. Presumed everything was done all by your magnificent self. Hey, communism, guess I gotta link the flame. I don't think it's communism, Bathwater, because, the person overturning it is becoming a new lord of the land. There's still a royal family, it's just a different royal family. If anything, I'd say it's very not communist, because, it's still taking the power from someone and just giving it to a different someone, not to everyone, though. Just like real-life communism, you know what? If anything, that is also true. But they're not trying to draw that parallel, it's more just a revolution. And it's meant to be the natural order of things, you know? It's supposed to be, yeah, that empire is supposed to crumble eventually. They made a means of not crumbling, even though it's still crumbling, it's just not dying, even though it should be dead already. 90% of the work was done by me, you know. Just the measly 10% of the spell created by Seneca is keeping it from activating. Natural order of things? Capitalism giving way to communism? Not what I was implying. I was implying capitalism gives way to different, better capitalism. You know, it's not the same thing every time. Things are supposed to advance. If all the products sold today were the same ones sold 300 years ago, they'd all fucking suck. Is this so dumb? Yeah, it is dumb. You can't stop laughing. I'm glad you know what? Next time I have to write a thesis, it'll be about how Dark Souls is accidentally a great showing of communism. In trying to give power to everyone, the people who obtain that power just kind of hold on to it. You don't know anything. Maybe it'd be better if you just shut up. If you'd learn your place, I could shower you with all the affection in the world. Yet you keep running your mouth and pushing your luck. I'd rather desert my position than be on the receiving end of any affection from you.
Enough. All of this sounds acceptable, Famir. You haven't forgotten the promise you've made to me because you've been distracted with your little experiments, have you? Overthrowing a feudal theocratic monarchy too. It's too good. Yeah. Overthrow the feudal theocratic monarchy and replace it with a different, possibly better, equally theocratic, and, I don't know, maybe slightly less feudal, also monarchy. Still theocratic, from what we can tell. It's just worshipping a different theocracy. If you happen to forget why, I might be struck with such disappointment that I'll no longer be able to continue supporting your unimpeded and flawless research. It's unbecoming to rely on threats. If Fenris has made up his mind, he'll head this way soon to look for the belongings left behind in his hometown.
Receive word that Fenris is chasing after Famir.
Like both the world's greatest genius and biggest dumbass, that's what theory crafting is. Who knows, he might already be there, along with his new friends from the south. Not sure if they've uncovered the inner workings of the spell yet, though. So this was their plan the whole time. Then... what? There's so many parts of this they had no control over. They had no way to ensure happened in that specific way. This was an exceptionally stupid plan that only worked because the plot said it did.
Shadow Elves and Nadalon are indeed proving to be a significant hindrance, but...
No, it's discourteous to call them hindrances. They're our kin, who happen to have moved Fenris's heart.
They're followers of Ledon, who betrayed...
Whatever happened in the past belongs in the past now. Long as there's something we stand to gain, overlooking the past is a simple matter. Oh, such mercy! I'm positively beside myself. What's important right now isn't some petty betrayal. After such an exhausting adventure, I'm sure they're in need of many things.
I understand.
To the strangers who were chased away, but ended up undertaking a praiseworthy task, why not offer them some carrots rather than a stick? And while you're busy feeding carrots to strangers, I'll go finish preparing the rest of the spell. Should anything amusing come up, make sure to notify me. We'll see. Meow. Man, these are long-winded. That's only 2, and it's been like... feels like it's been half an hour of this. And the next ones won't be as long, but wow, this is long.
Hey, you.
Me? What?
Why'd you decide to follow me?
I try to help out, and now I'm being asked stupid questions.
I know you already find it uncomfortable to be around me. I have to worry about our problems. This business doesn't necessarily concern you.
You guys might not be any of my concern, but finding Famir and recovering my sister's belongings is important to me too. As a human friend of yours related to the Tree of Genesis, it could only mean my sister Ladiki. Ah. Stop cowering away. I don't have any ulterior motives. I just want to see the traces of my sister that may have been left behind in your house, that's all. Now stop idling around and go quickly. Direction is it?
This way.
Act 3, The Truth of Those Who Remain.
You can't close your eyes. Yes!
Should we get started? Yeah!
Found you.
Attack! Here I go.
Yes, Sammy, all you. Papa loves me.
Yeah, just barely.
I think I'm going to faint.
If I must
Damn
fight,
it, I thought that'd finish it off.
Son
I should have
of
done this first.
burn!
True love. Oh,
Consume.
love
Prove your worth. Don't let them escape.
to- I'm scared. Yes! He's going to eat his food today. wanna know about my family?
Yeah, the blues with the blues.
I love you. Stay with me. I think I'm going to faint.
All right, let's do this.
Found you. This one.
Okay. Papa's going to eat his crown today.
Oh man, these are not durable enemies.
Breathe. No, you can't close your eyes.
Yeah, I kinda didn't want that to go. Really don't have any other motives. What exactly would those motives be? Do I have to have any? No, it's not that, I was just curious. What is it you want to say? Before you wanted to kill me. Right now, well, it's just the two of us. And wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity? Ha! If I wanted to kill you right here, right now, would you give up on your life obediently? Stop saying stupid things you don't even have the backbone to follow through. It's not like you're even in a position to run away right now. Revenge can wait. Right now it's more important I take care of Leia's request. Can't abandon my comrades in crisis. And there's something I also need to confirm for myself, too. And what's that? How my sister changed and where she disappeared to. How she died. In the past, I thought she was acting out due to some sort of shock or stress. I realized there were too many inexplicable moments. Then what happened to her seems similar to what happened to Leia. She suddenly changed and went crazy. Well, you know the reason why my sister changed and how it happened. I don't know exactly, but I'm sure something went wrong when we began investigating the Tree of Genesis. It's just a guess. I think it's because we got too close to the belongings my mom left behind. What were they? I don't know exactly. Mom hid everything in a small cave in the forest behind the house. All I had on me was an old necklace. Kept the necklace with me even though I didn't know what it was for. Zlodiki and I tried to trace back whatever information my mom had learned about the Tree of Genesis. Learned about the spell she'd created. However, there's a big gap in the middle of the spell. Missing letters, too, and no matter how much mana I used, nothing would happen. Erlich agreed with you? About what? I feel like you didn't give me the... Do you mean about the Dark Souls thing? Later on, to learn more about magic with Famir's help, I realized this incomplete spell was a lock. The necklace was the key. Yes? Cool. Around when Ladiki also learned a bit of magic from Famir. First, everything seemed fine. By the time I realized things had gone terribly wrong, it was too late. Ladiki had already disappeared. When I finally resolved myself to look for her against Famir's objections, she was... I see. Just like what happened with our village. Famir told me that when humans unable to properly store mana, with little resistance to it or exposed to strong mana for a prolonged period of time, they can become mentally unstable. Zlodiki was wandering around outside in that fragile state. Something must have triggered her to go berserk. Back then, I couldn't even imagine such a situation occurring. Kept blaming myself for what happened. Thought to myself, if I had figured it out even a moment sooner, if I had found Ladiki a little earlier, things have turned out differently? Blah. Then I realized I was all wrong. In the beginning, my mistake was caring about the Tree of Genesis or whatever at all. This means you gotta play the whole trilogy wielding hammer and sickle or equivalents. It should? Okay, I'm thinking the blacksmith's hammer, and there should be a sickle in most games. Though, getting hold of those is usually a pain in the ass. The blacksmith's hammer, at least. Half-blood like me should never have been with Ladiki in the first place. Shodel? Oh, yeah. That's an example of one. But I think there's other sickle weapons. Why didn't you tell me all this sooner? Because I'm an idiot. I know he's saying something different here, but that's the only actual reason he has here. Too ashamed to show my face in front of anyone. Nothing I could say. It's true, they all died because of me. My mom, my dad, and Ladiki. It's all my fault they died. I closed myself off to everyone. And if we're being honest, he didn't seem very receptive to hearing my side either. Seem more willing now, so I feel like I could tell you what happened. Heh. Blaming me for being unable to speak up when the truth is you couldn't gather up the courage. My sister. Said she had to go to meet you and ran out of the house, pushing past the young me who was trying to stop her. Not long after, Shadow Elf soldiers raided the village and turned it upside down into a chaotic battlefield. I managed to survive alone. As I was busy fleeing, I managed to overhear a mention of some sort of tree. When I went to look for you to ask when you'd been near something like that, you'd already vanished without a trace. Nah. After I joined the Slayers, one day Famir appeared suddenly and offered us her assistance. That's when I realized you were alive and well. From that moment on, I vowed to find you and kill you. When I finally thought the opportunity had presented itself, what do I find but you looking completely defeated next to some strangers? You always seemed busy scurrying away alone whenever you had the chance. Fenris I heard about from my sister seemed to be quite lively and enthusiastic. The more I saw, the more things didn't add up. Someone so cowardly and stupid like him really had betrayed my sister, act as a spy for the Shadow Elves. Yeah, saw through me clearly. Anyway, that's why I put my revenge on hold. Does that answer your question? Yeah, it does. Thank you. You understand, stop bringing up pointless topics and guide us properly. Okay. Meow. What a frustrating bastard. Say the same thing about you sometimes.
I'll show you true love. I think I'm going to faint. To my song. This is my stage. Shine free.
Should we get started? I hope you're ready.
Boo. I desire your flesh. Once you've faced me, you'll become darkness yourself, a living creature.
Ooh. Damage. Where are we now? Place where I used to live. There's nothing here. You sure this is the right place? No way anyone could have lived in that tiny little cave. I know you brought me all the way here just to stab me in the back again. The place was also suddenly erased from the world just like your village. Happened before I even met Ladiki. After my parents passed away, I lived elsewhere. Since my mom's belongings are kept here, I visit occasionally with Ladiki. Even traveled around here and there in search of the Tree of Genesis. This place is full of our memories, and always served as our hideout. Later on, I brought all of Ladiki's belongings that I found scattered around your village, as well as our investigation records back here. And for a long time, I never returned. You guys lived in quite a remote area, considering there's a bustling town not far from here. This is the only area where humans could live on Shadow Elf Islands. Shadow Elves here were all friendly with humans. Ah, that's right. Your dad was a human. Makes sense why I lived in a place like this. My dad was someone knowledgeable about magic. Huh. Meow. What are you doing? Came all this way. Should start looking. Your mother's things, the investigation records, or spell, or whatever. It's dangerous to look around carelessly when we're not sure what traces of mana are still left behind. What, you don't think we built up any resistance to mana when we're constantly dealing with magic-wielding shadow elves like you? Even if you don't have magical knowledge, resistance training is a must for a Slayer. How else do you think Leia was able to learn Famir's spells? Time to make use of all that intense training. Hurry up and bring out the items. No. What's this? Just a necklace and a shabby notebook, is that it? Told you my mom hid away the rest. You have to dispel her barrier. Spell I told you about earlier. How do we dispel it? I don't know. Huh? Figuring out a way to dispel the barrier is what Ladiki and I were working on, though we weren't able to succeed. This is giving me a headache. The notebook looks familiar. Is this the one my sister used? These are investigation records? Yeah. Even the handwriting is hers. Is she writing down her observations? Contents seem a bit complex. Source of its power is a manifestation of desire, will, energy, beware of obsession. What is she saying? Just jotting down whatever I could remember from what my mom taught me. Hey, look at this. That's something she wanted to ask you. What? History of Garden of Noyes, Volume 2, page 137. Knowledge the roots of the beginning. Faded? The writing is hard to make out because it's wrinkled and a kid scribbled all over it. Should ask Fenris about this. Nothing more after this. Guess she never had the chance to ask you before. No way. Why, what happened? What are you suddenly writing down? Knowledge the roots of the beginning. Embrace Genesis. Evolution and progress will pay its fated price. What the hell does that mean? Long ago, Noyes left behind a prophecy. Since then, Shadow Elf scholars have offered various interpretations of it. What they concluded was that we must worship the Tree of Genesis, and that those who evolve beyond their nature must relinquish that which is intrinsic as a price for gaining power. That'd be the contents of page 137, and Mom always said the same thing whenever she read that page. Compared to the scholars... Wow. I have a different idea of what this means. Really? What do you think, Mom? Tree of Genesis must have wished for the progress of all beings. That's why it bestowed its strength to humans as well, not just the Shadow Elves. But the fate that belies those who evolve beyond their means is likely terrifying and cruel. Instead of coveting transcendent abilities after enduring countless hardships, I prefer the small moments of happiness I can enjoy right now with my adorable son. Noyes' prophecy matches the exact number of characters in the missing portion of her spell. Characters are missing starting from the 137th one. Try writing it out. Everything fits. I just put the necklace in the middle. Whoosh! The door's open. Guess that means my sister's guess was correct? The answer was right in front of us all along. You can regret it all later on your own time. Was your mom's belongings that Brigitte mentioned? Anticipated what might be hidden. Or is that just a book and some broken gemstones? Instructions for dispelling the barrier written in the book? Is that why she hid it? If the spell was simple enough to be recorded in a book, I would have been able to remember it all on my own. Ugh. You. Okay, so it does still do that. Jeez. Renewed purpose. Gotta fight Famir again. Wait, is there build-up to it, or are those just supports during a one-thing fight? I hope it's build-up, because that'll make the fight way better. Yes, I know you think this party is weak. It's really not. You've finally returned, Fenris. You've been through quite a lot looking for the answer. After poring through the books diligently, she substituted one of the passages from the book into her spell. That's Seneca for you. No wonder all my efforts were fruitless. Never even told me which passages from which book struck her. You also read the book? Of course. All the books related to the Tree of Genesis were a gift from me, after all. What? Act 4, Renewed Purpose. Everything looks neatly preserved. I always knew you were a diligent and honest kid. You're probably curious about what this is, aren't you? Oh, or did Seneca already tell you about it? These are my research findings. I've written down the history of the Tree of Genesis since its discovery, along with various theories and hypotheses about its history and the source of its power. Ever since Seneca and I began adventuring together, she often used it to study magic. The theory written at the end is something even I was unaware of. Wonder how long it took her to figure it out. Could it have been after we parted ways? No wonder something always felt like it was missing. No matter how much effort I put into improving the spell, I never seemed to make any progress. She was a fool in many ways, but unexpectedly astute in other aspects. Would you call that intuition? And thanks to that, I was able to learn quite a lot from her. What are you trying to say? Just thinking to myself how you're definitely Seneca's son. You're cowed by the immaculate existence that is the Tree of Genesis. And though you fear the desire for power, you can't bring yourself to let go of it. Is it obsession? Or was she just sentimental? Or maybe... was it because Seneca herself couldn't let go of that excessive curiosity she'd always warned me about? I'm suddenly feeling a bit nostalgic. Seneca was always compassionate and warm-hearted. I miss the way she was always concerned about every little thing. If she was as I knew her, she must have been a lovely mother to you as well. I'm sure she cherished and cared for you deeply. She would have hoped for you to grow up to be daring, but not blinded by greed, just as a strong and righteous person ought to be. Seneca always hoped to become someone like that. Someone who would never falter, even in the face of great power. In the end, neither you nor Seneca were able to live up to it. Is that why you abandoned me? And betrayed the humans? You always acted as if you'd take care of me because I was your friend's son. You tossed me aside and left me for a reason as simple as that? Because I wasn't able to live up to your expectations? Because I couldn't grow up to be strong and righteous? Because I was no longer useful to you? Fenris, don't be such a downer! There's nobody in the world as precious and useful to me as you. You're the only one who can help me find my past amongst the things Seneca hid away. Not me, not Harsetti, you. Just to be clear, I never betrayed or abandoned you. As I cut off relations with the humans, it was inevitable for things to proceed as they did. It's just, I couldn't bring you along because you were still with the humans. I believed you would come back here eventually. When I saw you together with the Shadow Elves from Nadalon, I could see the sparks of curiosity beginning to peek through again. You're still considerably important to me. In fact, I'll need you until the end. So I left you alone, hoping it would rekindle your lingering attachment to the Tree of Genesis. Because here, within Seneca's belongings, you need to help me find and liberate my past. That all tracks. I knew you were never to be trusted from the start. It's suspicious for a Shadow Elf like you to show so much goodwill to humans. You're the type to do whatever it takes to reach your goals. Lives, suffering, all of that is meaningless to you. Because he's your friend's son, he's precious to you? Don't make me laugh. Nobody means anything to you. Everyone is just a means to an end. Something as selfish as your purpose or your stupid legacy, we lost everything. Our lives, our purpose, everything. But did you know? Memories, purpose, and life aren't things for you to play with as you please. Why, you're absolutely right, Amiki. If you're not careful, you might lose your precious memories all over again. What did you just say? You're not curious as to why Leia lost her mind like that? Unlike your sister, she's built up quite some resistance to mana. Well, whether you're familiar with magic or not doesn't matter. As long as you have even an inkling of desire for power, anyone is at risk. At risk of my spell that amplifies transcendent power, that is. What are you? You know, lately it's been quite a concern of mine. Harsetti's as well. How far are the limits of receiving such power? To that end, I've spent countless hours researching how to maximize the amount of power I could pull forth. Anyone who coveted the Tree of Genesis was a viable test subject. In fact, the type of desire doesn't even really matter. Curiosity, a sense of justice, selfishness, greed, you name it. As long as you have a void in your heart, an imperfection to fill, you'll have desire as well. I guess any and all imperfect mortal beings fall under its scope. The result? I guess that depends on the subject's mental fortitude, aptitude, and the progress of my research, right? Your sister was ordinary and weak, to say the least. Was futile from the beginning, but I guess I'm at fault as well, since my spell wasn't yet complete. You demented witch, just say one more word! You want to hear something fun? I have high expectations for Leia. I'm overjoyed to hear she's been holding up better than I expected. You know, if Leia manages to hold on to her sanity and the spell succeeds, it means I'll finally be able to acquire and control the knowledge obtained from the Tree of Genesis. So if you don't want to lose your precious memories again, I'd suggest you take good care of her. In the meantime, I'll make sure all the preparations proceed smoothly. You lunatic! I swear I'll stop you. I'm going to kill you. It's curious, Amiki thinks she's completely full of shit. Mimir says she will give you 6 chances. Fuck does that mean?
Yes.
I'll protect you. Yeah.
Was going to eat his blood today.
Amiki thinks Famir is completely full of shit when she says she cares about, Fenris. But is that true?
You can't close your eyes.
Give you a chance to run, because I'm generous. Give you as many chances as 3 times 2. Wow, that was way too long to read.
I'll wrap you up too.
All right.
He's
let's
not
do this.
taking damage.
Purifying flame. Burn away the evil.
I
like
desire
any of
your
it.
Attack.
True love.
Alright, maybe a little bit.
I think I'm going to faint.
If I must fight, take this!
Okay. Let's not drag this out, please.
Only got 3 chances left.
What do you know about my family?
Did she just get double paralyzed? She have 5 fucking skill.
Paralyze me with your love. I'm scared.
She's just completely invincible, and this is a plot. Right.
Should we get started?
It's kind of annoying, honestly.
Yes, Danny, I'll be around. Hold me.
Mira wants to put an end to this battle.
Breathe no more. I'll show you something cool. So, dazzle.
Resilient, good physical stamina, some resistance to mana. No, it's fine. I don't need another ordinary human. Is that it? Have you shown me everything? If so, I'm going to end things here. What?
What are you looking at? I'm over here.
Ah! Why didn't they have me actually play as Amiki for that? Wouldn't that have been way more interesting and, you know, visual? Stop it, please! Why are you doing this? Other than me, no one else has to be part of this. The only one thing is my mom left behind. Amiki has nothing to do with her. Leave her alone. That's a bit disingenuous, isn't it? She may not have been involved here, but now it's a different story, since she showed interest in Seneca's belongings. No, that wasn't showing an interest. Fine, let me clarify. She was trying to mess with the solution your friend, her dead sister, had figured out. Fenris, I promise you I have no other intentions. All I want is to fulfill what Seneca and I originally aspired to. To do so, I entrusted our secret to Seneca. She kept it hidden her whole life. The time has come for me to finally achieve what I've patiently waited for all this while, to honor the efforts Seneca made until her death. Of course, your friend's ordeal in the current situation may fill you with regret. If you had just made the correct choice from the start, maybe none of this would have transpired. What do you need me to do? These aren't all of her belongings. In order to protect you, she must have scattered them here and there as she moved around. Look, she even shattered the Philosopher's Seeds I created into tiny little pieces. As for the rest of her things, I can only guess where they'd be. Why me? Why does it have to be? It's because as her son, you're the only key. Ah. Already awake? Her willpower's no joke. Amiki. Fenris, snap out of it. Get it into your stupid head to run away again. Not running away. What? You're all suffering because of me. Because I've been ignorant, staying silent. Everyone is in pain. I need to take responsibility. This is some childish curiosity like before, so... The hell do you think you're saying? I won't turn a blind eye to it anymore. Look for myself and put an end to all this. This way I can finally apologize to you and Ladiki. You're right, Fenris. All the preparations are almost complete. I even have all the destinations in mind. All you need to do is steal your heart. Then this long and arduous journey in the war for power can finally come to an end. Alright, shall we go? No, don't go! If you leave now, you'll just be betraying me again. Stop talking crap and get back here. Where are you taking him? Ah. My legs won't move. Am I still suffering from the aftershock of her magic? Damn it, you stupid idiot. How could you fall for that cunning witch's tricks again? Damned witch. Why won't it release? Just a bit more and I'll be able to move. Need to tell the others what happened now. Hey, Jesus. I don't know why Chapter 8 is so much longer than every other chapter this episode, but, like... Secret shop refreshed. Nothing. Not a damn nothing. Oh yeah, Robin. She's finally animated.
Let a girl have her piece, will ya?
He has guns, which, you know, that's cool. He's fire, and a ranger. She is cool. How much do I have?
What do you think?
I kind of just meant to look at this. So I've been told it's actually far more efficient to just roll the place to try to get, to roll the shop to try to get Covenant bookmarks than it is to buy Covenant bookmarks outright. Apparently people have just discovered that through testing enough times. And I believe it. It's just one of them is a lot harder. Or at least takes a lot longer. Actually, I can get these right away. Yeah. Chapter 8 of Episode 5. Unreasonably long for reasons I do not comprehend. So we're gonna have to call it there, because this is where I usually call off for Thursday streams. I'm gonna stop the recording for YouTube here. As always, thank you so much for coming if you came. If you didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Well, bye, YouTube. You'll miss me. I'll miss you too, Bathwater, especially since Ruka's not streaming tonight. But bye-bye, YouTube.